All right, let's dive into a thought experiment that is genuinely mind-bending. I want you to imagine something. What if you woke up one day and, in a single instant, every memory you've ever had just vanished? What would actually happen to you, scientifically speaking, if your mind was wiped completely clean?
And when we say nothing, we mean it. Nothing. You wouldn't know your own name. You wouldn't recognize the face staring back at you in the mirror. You wouldn't remember your parents, your friends, your kids, and the language you're hearing me speak right now, it would just be a bunch of meaningless noise. Your mind would be a total, complete blank slate.
To really wrap your head around just how catastrophic this would be, you first have to understand that memory isn't just one big filing cabinet in your brain. No, it's this incredibly complex system with different parts, and a total wipeout like this, it hits every single one.
So, in this total mental reset, what exactly gets deleted? Well, to figure that out, we've got to break down the different systems that actually make up what you call your memory.
See, our memory is basically broken down into three main systems. First, you've got your procedural memory. This is all your how-to knowledge, the muscle memory stuff, like riding a bike or writing your name. Then there's semantic memory. Think of this as your brain's own personal Wikipedia. It's full of facts, concepts, and language. And finally, the big one, episodic memory. This is your life story. It's your first kiss, that big promotion, every argument, every laugh. In a total wipeout, all three are gone. And the person you were, that person effectively ceases to exist.
Okay, so if your mind is a complete blank, would your body just shut down? Well, surprisingly, the answer is no. Your most basic, fundamental functions would just keep on ticking. Your brainstem, which is the most primitive part of your brain, runs all of this stuff automatically. It doesn't need conscious memory or thought to keep you breathing or keep your heart beating. So, the good news is, you wouldn't die instantly. Your body would still be a living, breathing machine.
And this right here illustrates the terrifying gap that's just opened up. Your biological machine is running, sure, but the operator, the person who knew how to use it, has completely vanished. Every single thing you ever learned how to do, from tying your shoes to just sitting up in a chair, is erased. This is the brutal reality you would be facing. You would literally have to relearn how to control your own limbs, how to stand up, how to find your balance. Just trying to take a single step would probably end with you on the floor. And every single fall would be this painful, deeply confusing reminder that you no longer have the basic instructions to move through the world.
And this challenge just builds and builds until it's almost insurmountable. Because it's not just about relearning to walk. It's about relearning how to be a human being, right from the ground up.
Your vocal cords would still work, sure, you could make sounds, but without your semantic memory, that internal dictionary in your brain is gone. Every word, all grammar, even a simple hello, it would all be erased. Listening to people talk would be like hearing an alien language that you have absolutely no hope of ever deciphering.
And no, this is nothing like downloading a language app. You see, a child's brain is like a sponge. It's plastic. It's literally built for this exact task. An adult brain, on the other hand, is far less flexible. Relearning a language from absolute zero as an adult would be a slow, frustrating, years-long struggle.
This timeline really just puts the monumental scale of this into perspective. We're not talking about a quick recovery here. We're talking about a lifetime of rebuilding from ground zero, where each tiny victory, like learning how to hold a fork properly, might take months of agonizing effort. But what about your connections to other people? With absolutely no memories of your family, your friends, or even society itself, how would you even begin to relate to the world around you?
What's really interesting is you wouldn't be a complete robot. Deep down, some of those primitive social circuits would still be active. You'd probably still feel fear at a sudden loud noise, or maybe a sense of comfort from a kind, smiling face. You would instinctively know that you need other people to survive, even if you couldn't possibly understand why.
And for your family and friends, the experience would be absolutely brutal. You'd be standing right there in front of them, but the person they knew, the one who shared their inside jokes, their history, their love, would be completely gone. They would have to learn to interact with a total stranger.
And this is the most crucial point. This isn't a recovery. There is no old life to go back to. It's been wiped clean. Every new experience, every new relationship, every new skill would just be another brick in an entirely new life, being built from scratch inside the shell of the old one.
This whole thought experiment, it isn't just some fascinating biological puzzle. It forces us to stare right at one of the deepest questions we can ask. What does it actually mean to be a person?
I mean, just pause and really think about that for a second. If you remove all the memories that shaped your personality, your beliefs, your fears, your passions, your relationships, what is actually left? Is there some core essential you that remains? Or are we really just the sum of our experiences?
Ultimately, science and philosophy don't have a simple answer for that. It leaves us all staring at this profound question: how much of our identity, maybe even our soul, is just writing in the fragile, erasable ink of memory? Take that ink away, and what are we?